Hey y'all, I'm Kiki Hunter.
What's good, people? I'm Marc Hunter.
Welcome
Welcome
to
to
the
the
Hunt
Hunt
Life
Life
Podcast.
Podcast.
We created this podcast to give a real view of life as millennials navigating the world.
Real life discussions about the struggles our generation go through from family, love, and everyday life. We just trying to break generational curses to chase our dream life.
Come with us on this journey to hunt life and tackle everything else in between.
How you doing, people? Hunt here,
Hey y'all, it's Kiki.
and it's the Hunt Life Podcast. She already like how you? We didn't even get started yet, and she already huffing and puffing, bro. What are you huffing and puffing about? Do you want to like fill the people in since you want to bring your outside emotions into the podcast?
No,
Nah, fill the people in. Apparently, you're not. What is it? No, wait, what's wrong? Since we're going to be talking about mental health, like, let's talk about it. Like, what's up? What's wrong? Because that's today's topic, mental health, people. So we're going to get into it. So, like, yeah, what's wrong?
Life is what's around. Listen, it's been just a tough couple of days. That's all. It's been a tough week. I think that listen, it's the full moon. That's what it is. That dang on full moon and changed the atmosphere and stuff. It's just stuff happening.
So with that, is it because you don't like what your horoscope told you about it? Or you just feel like with everybody else kind of sort of on some extra shit, whatever their horoscope said about their full moon, they being extra.
I don't know. I just think the universe is just a little bit out of whack.
Because of the full moon, because it was a weird one.
Yeah, it was a blue moon.
True. We don't really get them all the time. So for the simple fact of that we did have a blue moon, that kind of sort of threw a lot of things off.
Yeah.
And
I think so.
And then it was hard to like
It's
see
weird.
it. It was just weird.
Yeah. Like it's just weird. And like it's not good, it's not bad, it's just weird. It's just like but we ain't been bad. It just ain't been it ain't been bad, it ain't been good. It's just been weird.
Similar to him?
Yeah, I mean I know it's weird.
She just I get it. So just you in a blah mood pretty much.
Yeah.
I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's how you mentally feel at this moment. What's wrong with that? Like, let that shit be known. Like, you feel blah. You feel very blasé.
I do. Like, it's just because I feel like I'm focused, but then I'm like, what is it all for? Like, I'm in between. Like, going towards my goal. Like, I'm going to keep doing it, but it's like, man, like, what if this shit just don't work? Like, I'm in between that. Like,
I think because you're saying that this is a good time to talk about that. Like,
what?
The mental mind state.
The mental mind state, yeah.
Because some of the time,
like
apparently that must be like the topic of this week. Because the crazy thing about us is
September too.
What they got to do with anything?
It's like I think suicide prevention month. Don't call me, please. Don't call
I know it's Suicide Awareness Month, but I don't know if it's anything to do with mental health.
No, it just was not planned. It just happened to be.
But maybe that's it
too, because it's been like all over the internet. So it's like you see something too much, and you just kind of start getting to funk yourself. So.
And it's like, why not? Why not like talk about it? Because some of the time when it's like business wise, mentally you cannot be there. Mm-hmm. Or even with like family wise, you can like mentally not be there. Like even personal wise, you can mentally not be there. Mm-hmm. It's not saying that it's something wrong with you not mentally being there, but it's just like I guess aware that you like not there all the way. Because I think it's much easier if you're aware of it and you can like tell somebody so you can talk to them about it. What?
Listen, like I agree. Like I'm like true. Like you can if you want to. That's if you're a talker. Like I'm not really a talker unless it's like something like I'm not okay. like I'm really, really like I know I say that a lot, like I'll be like I'm not okay.
Yeah, but that be just you just be dry.
But when I'm like
that.
not okay for real, like no, like when I was going through my postpartum depression, and I was telling everybody close to me because I'm like, no, I'm telling y'all because I'm not okay. Like I don't feel okay. So that's why I'm now letting y'all in on my feelings. Otherwise, my feelings is my business. I kind of keep it to myself.
I think at that time, people didn't really understand what that means when it comes to you because you are such a strong person when it comes to everybody. And not just a strong friend, you're the strong person. That's why they say strong friend, because you're strong for your father. Yeah. You're strong for a lot of people. Like you're strong for a lot of people in your family. Yeah. Like on your outside family, not your immediate family, but your outside family. Like your father, your aunts and stuff like that. Like you're a very strong person. Like you have to hold a lot and like deal with a lot of different people's emotions and feelings when it comes to like just different stuff. Yeah. With helping them heal from the different things that they've been through. So that's why I think when people was hearing you say that you was not feeling okay, that you wasn't like fully there, they kind of sort of didn't like pay it no mind because you kind of sort of always.
I'm always okay. Everybody always tell me that. Everybody's always like, Kekea's gonna be okay. Like literally, like it's the thing, and like that's cool. Mm-hmm. Like that's cool, but at the same time, it's like I'm usually okay because I have to be okay because nobody really gives a shit. Like I'm just. So I'm like, okay.
You explained it to me, and that's what made me kind of sort of understand that, oh, okay, so it's something more than just a normal, you not feeling well. This is like, you're serious. Because I felt like the part that kind of sort of really made me feel like that you're serious about it is when you was like, instead of just like casually bringing up that you want to like do therapy, you start like really bringing up that you want to do therapy. And I'm like, it got to be for some reason because it's like you've been through a lot and you ain't never really tried to talk about doing therapy through none of the other stuff that you went through. Mm-hmm. So when that was the thing that made you want to really like think about it and start bringing it up, then that's when it kind of sort of made me pivot to like, okay, what can I do to help? Because it seemed like it is something like really wrong with you. Mm-hmm. So what can I do and not like be so combative? Because I know the way that some of the time when I don't know what's wrong, it seemed like I can come off very forceful. So it was trying to like do that and trying to get you to understand that like I'm on your team. Right. When it comes to like trying to like help you through your emotions. Yeah. And I think that was a kind of sort of pivotal thing that helped us out too. Yeah. Is like helping you like go through the stuff that you was going through when it comes to like postpartum. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like it was fresh for both of us. You feel me? We both didn't know shit about it.
I mean, I was aware of what postpartum depression was. True. I was very aware. I knew it was something that my mom had experienced. She had learned like later after having kids that that's what that was, you know, at the time. I think I watched a lot of my friends have kids before me. Yeah. Not that it was traumatizing, but like for a 16-year-old, 17-year-old seeing somebody have a whole baby that early, like and like literally going through the pregnancy with them and their emotions and like the stuff that the family don't know, like just seeing and then
it's
like
important and it's big on both of y'all because it's something that a 16-year-old that shouldn't really have to go through on both ends. Yeah, like being pregnant and like as a friend being there as a companion to like help them through it. Yeah. Because as an adult helping kids, like we understand that shit is complicated as fuck.
Yeah, so, but that means that and I don't think I realized then like the effect. That's why it's important to know like what you exposing your kids to and like who their company is because it's subliminal stuff. And a lot of my friends, not all my friends, but a lot of my friends had kids before me. So I got to watch them kind of like go through the motions of like having a baby, like getting back to like work and like
get back to work. Hell nah. Guys like, have to get back to school when they get like.
Well, a lot of them, well, some finished.
Yeah, but some
like,
didn't.
It's
so
just,
it's like,
yeah.
Yeah, got to watch both sides of it.
I got to watch both sides of it for sure. So I was aware of it.
That's crazy. That's kind of crazy.
What?
That even from like we'll say 16 years old, you was kind of sort of on your path of being like an empowerment coach then.
Oh my goodness.
When you think about it, because I mean, before like peep game, peep game, yeah, but peep game. Remember when you had like conversations with people and you feel like this is a way that you should raise your kid, or you should do this and do that, and everybody used to always get on your ass like you ain't got no kids, so how you gonna tell us how to raise our kids? But then you had a kid, and then now they like, well, you only got one, so how you gonna?
There's always some shit.
And then you get married, then it's like, now you married. How you gonna tell us how to do some shit when you just got a baby daddy? So, but regardless of you not fitting in, it's not the point that you didn't fit in. It was the simple fact of that it was like learning for you.
Yeah, because
you had to learn how to be an empowerment coach. Like it was kind of sort of you was learning how to do the things. You learn how to experiences, early experiences that you didn't even know that was gonna lead to with the shit that you're doing now.
Yeah,
it just was early experiences. Your life been full of a bunch of experiences and shit.
It has. For my little 31 years of life, I have had a lot of experiences. Mm-hmm. But I think I live off experiences. Like I learn from others. I learn from my own pain. But I don't have to go through stuff to know something not for me. So, like I said, like I had to doing a lot of stuff. I realized really going through the depression and having to come out of it, because that was probably like really honestly the hardest thing I ever had to bring myself out of it. Yeah. Like especially in my adult life, like I just don't, and I think part of it was I didn't take it as seriously at first, because when you first have a baby, like you don't feel like yourself. A lot of females don't. And
then it's a lot going on when you first have a baby for you even process. Do you feel like yourself?
Mm-hmm. It's like,
because like you're still not even thinking as one at that moment. Because like honestly, from like the outside looking in, like after a woman then gave birth, like I feel like after at least like 6 to a year, like 6 months to a year is when like y'all start like fully back to like getting back on the recovery path, as in you're starting to think for yourself.
Yeah.
Instead of like you feel every single thing that your baby feel type shit. Mm-hmm. Like it takes a little bit more time. Yeah. Because like it was 9 months. Like you had somebody in you for 9 months. So you can't just drop somebody off after 9 months and then it just your body just okay. Mm-hmm. Let's jump to the next thing. That's not how a body works. Like, yeah. So we got to go through the process. Yeah. So it's like that's can be the hard part.
No, it is. It's definitely hard because your brain is learning how to function without. Like your whole body is going through a journey for real. It really, really is. People like downplay it way too often. True. I went through depression before, so I knew what that felt like just as a kid. Like I was a depressed kid, so
with depression, so is dang, because it's not supposed to be like the postpartum episode.
No, but
is that like is it harder than depression going through like postpartum? Like I'm trying to figure out how like to say it. Like, is it like because like with depression it's more downing. So like which one is like more like down, I guess? Like which one is more harder for you to like bounce back from?
Depression.
In general.
Because postpartum is also a chemical imbalance. It's hormones. Yeah. So that'll
is depression chemical imbalance? Like in like physical, I mean like book terms, do they say that shit physical is it chemical wise, or is it like, because I feel like that kind of sort of can be like a hereditary trait. I feel like that could be some shit that could be passed down, especially in the type of environment that you grew up in.
Well, all of it is, but that's a much deeper. That is It actually can. It's been science to show, like, if you grow up in a depressive state in a household who holds depression, like I said, my mom dealt with postpartum. That goes with the balance and the chemicals and the hormones and just all that back end stuff that happens when you're pregnant. You and the baby feel it. That's why I tell women when you are pregnant, it is important to make sure that you are giving your baby the most peace that it can get. You do not need to be in anything or around anybody or any situation that is going to bring you anything but peace, because your fetus feeds off of your energy while you are pregnant. Pregnancy and being a mother does not start when you deliver. It starts when you conceive, because that baby going through the whole 9 months with you, and then when it gets here, them kids still feel those same emotions that are floating around. So you arguing, you fussing, you fighting, you sad, you're crying. They, for the first your baby months, still feels they here and they there. Like they still like halfway here and halfway on the other side. You feel me? Like they don't fully like their pineal glands or whatever they want to call it, but it hasn't fully like closed yet for them to like be shut off between the whole extra close bond with God and being a baby, because like you they're like right there on the line. Yeah, they're literally. You feel me? So it's that like you have to. I that's why I always feel bad when I see women who are in toxic relationships and you can have a baby and it's supposed to be a happy time, but it's not. You spend most of the time crying, upset, stressed out. Your baby is gonna come out just as stressed. Like for real, like you are putting things on it already and it doesn't know how to it don't know how to process it. So guess what? It stays. And then the child starts growing up and you say, well, he has anger issues or he's extremely stubborn or he's sensitive or they cry a lot and they're shut off from the world. They don't care. Like that type of stuff causes that. Like it really starts really, really early. And I remember taking psychology in college. I learned that. And I learned how the bonding experience starts. So I knew when I was pregnant, even with Santana, I wanted to be as healthy as I could be, and I wanted to be as happy as I could be. Yes. And that was important. But depression, healthy. Bro, you had me going to McDonald's at 2:00 in the morning and shit. Yeah, because you didn't want it no more because of how long it took for McDonald's to make it. You specifically wanted 50 nuggets, my G. But regardless of McDonald's, like all the other different stuff that you had, it was Maddox when you was a much more healthy. Like you ate fruit with that boy. Like, yeah, but you ate fruit all the time. You ate fruit and salad with Maddox. Like, yeah, Santana said that. Yeah, like with, and yeah, you drink like Dr. Pepper and shit. That's how I was pregnant. Like, cause I don't even like Dr. Pepper. Versus with Maddox, you drink Mountain Dew and them sparkling lemonades from Country Time. And them teas. Yeah. But no, it's the postpartum. The scary thing about postpartum is it turns into depression. Like it triggers because it tilts the lines again, like the postpartum part, like the hormones start back, but it triggers into a depression because now like you're not feeling like you're not being this mom, which that was my thing. I was like, I can't really get my kids. Me, because I don't feel like it. I don't know who I am. Like it was just a weird time. And I knew, like I said, I knew what depression felt like because I was a kid all the time. And but even as a kid, it was like acting out. But now I'm a mom, so I can't react like the 15, 14-year-old me would have reacted. Yeah. Like, so, because now I'm somebody's mom, I got to be responsible. Then you're a 2-time mom, yeah. Yeah, like I have all this stuff, so it's like, okay, how do I do this in a healthy manner? And realize I'm not okay. And to not ignore it anymore. Because for a little bit, I ignored it, because like, I'll be okay. Like, I just had a baby, like, out. Because I had it with Santana, but it faded very fast with him. Like, by the time I left the hospital, I was fine. Yeah. That was the thing with that. But So I'm thinking it's like that, like, oh, like it's fine, and then it didn't go away, and it just got worse. And then, like everybody I'm talking to is like, oh, you'll be okay, or like it's the false positivity, like let me know if there's anything you can do to help. First of all, if somebody call you and tell you they're not okay,
They're trying to reach out for help.
that is them telling you they need you.
If somebody's telling you that they're not okay, then that's when you're supposed to like step up and say, "What can I do to help you?"
Yeah.
The hard part about
That's
like when you was going through postpartum was that I couldn't like physically and mentally like be there for you because I just lost my father.
Yeah, everybody was grieving.
So
I think that's
it was like that was real hard to like be there for you and your emotions when I had like a lot of emotions going on for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know how to like fix my emotions and also help you, but also try not to be selfish at the time. Because I didn't want to feel like that I was, because I felt like I was being selfish with not like paying attention to myself and more so trying to like help you out. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's when like, yeah, stuff kind of sort of started going a little bad for me because I was like, neglecting myself.
You was in a mental with your own self. Yeah. But it's like, but that's the thing too, mental people can't help each other. Like, you really can. Like, if both of y'all are mentally going through something, how can I expect you to help realistically? Like, I can't learn when I'm trying to learn how to fix my own self. Like, that was the thing. So
that's perfect. Sorry. That's why Forrest Gump and Jenny would never make it.
Well, you stop
because they was two mental people. Like, well, Forrest went mental. Forrest was pretty smart. He just was like, he was like a little bit. He was on the line.
Smart,
he wasn't book
smart,
but
he had common sense, and that's enough sense. Like, sometimes all it takes is common sense. And then
Jenny, she had like. She was street smart. We'll say that.
She was
very street savvy. She was out there. She was for the streets. You feel me?
Yeah, smart's coming different ways.
Yeah, but the thing was that like Jenny had mental issues because she was like physically getting abused from her father and stuff, and then Forrest had the issues because everybody felt like that he was slow, but he wasn't slow. He just had like braces on his legs. You feel me? But like, and they could never just like they couldn't get it right. Like they had a little dude, but they couldn't get it right though. But then that other nigga start seeing ghosts in the future on the sixth sense. If that's the same timeline,
stop it. It's not.
It could
As
be.
you do that, it's not.
Because that's the cool part about movies. You can like make a timeline, and you can like throw different movies together and make like a third ass timeline, like how DC do. DC have different timelines. It's just about which Earth is Spider-Man on. Because some of the time he might be on Earth 365, but some of the time it might be Earth 2. You never know. Like it'd be mixed up because it's different timelines.
Like, I don't
even. Movies will be telling you. But I mean, back to mental health. Mentally, are you gonna ask me mentally how I am? Because I feel like I asked you, like, I think it was pretty, like, you went off the TSP. And I had
what's
nothing. You told me.
Okay, so how mentally are you?
Dang. Well, mentally right now, I'm screwed up because I was talking and you just cut me off to, like, damn, homie. And then before we was recording, I was being judged hard. Like, you know how, like, I'm trying to set up the camera, but then she got, like, a judgmental face. Like, you see how she rolling her eyes now? She doing that while I'm setting up the camera. So I'm like, oh, Lord, I'm shaking. Like,
and he was all the way out of place. Could not get the
twice.
Like, I was like, bro, this movie.
Yeah, because she had me up in this mug. She had me nervous. I know, like mentally.
That's why these people think. See,
mentally, I wasn't wrapped too tight at that moment. It wasn't her fault.
Yeah. See how you just
Cap. So I didn't tell you how to feel. You gonna tell me how to feel, man? So mentally, at this moment, how do I feel?
So you just went through a birthday.
Yeah. I mean,
It's been an eventful couple of years. You've had to rediscover your own like
yeah. I feel like now,
peaceful stuff. So
yeah, I have to make peace with a lot of shit. Like, a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff. Then, yeah. Since I turned 30, like a lot of stuff, like dramatically been
it's
going
about the
on.
30s. I'm over
Like
30.
for
When I
30.
tell y'all, this 40s get better. If
Yeah,
in your 40s,
'cause
please tell me it get a little easier. 30,
is that the
baby,
question
is for
of
the
the
birds.
episode?
Does it get easier after?
Does the 40s
Yeah,
get
do the
easier?
40 get easier? Because the
Yeah,
30s is,
'cause
I'm
the
over
30s
it.
is
I
tough.
don't even
Like,
want it. It's like, ooh, child.
so like, yeah, my whole entire 30s been like rough. Cause what I think, yeah, hell yeah, my 30s kicked off with COVID. You feel me? Like not me, I didn't catch that dumb shit. I mean, in general, like COVID came upon the world. Oh yeah, hell yeah, I said that damn fuck around and get a nigga. Yeah, you know what the hell I'm talking about. That other word. But then besides that, like having another child and shit. And then like the nigga pulled the Derrick Jackson. And then like just a lot like a lot of stuff was just going on in my 30s, you feel me? But like I feel like now I'm getting on the like the lighter end of it to where it's like it's not so much like drama.
So is it like 35 key? Like you got to get to like the 35?
No, I ain't at
Next year
35
you
yet.
But I'm saying you saying it's getting easier. Like
Yeah.
obviously into 30, you kind of like getting established
In 30,
so
yeah.
it's kind of like
Yeah, I guess
maybe
it's just the middle of that 30.
get over
that
hump.
like yeah. It's kind of sort of
you can breathe for a second. I don't know.
yeah, because I think
That's
for my
my
30s,
guys.
it's been a lot of people need to understand like they place in a position and like understand that I am the person that I am because of like the situations that I've been through, and it's nothing wrong with accepting who people are because I accept everybody for who they are. You feel me? Like I don't have no shade for nobody. Like I don't care about none of that stuff. I accept everybody for who they are. So it's nothing wrong for being accepted for who you are. Yeah. And like with that, I feel like all that stuff is kind of sort of like leveling out, and it's just more so now because I don't really never really just felt like I had issues with like having another son or with my kids or even with my family. It's just more so me personally just being comfortable with like being like a grown ass man. Cause like I mean, yeah, I'm a grown ass man now.
We are the adults of the world. We're literally the adults of the world. Like it's pressure. I don't know if anybody else feeling this pressure. The pressure is pressuring.
And then it's like hella pressure because on top of turning 30, I decided to want to start my own business.
You did. Yeah.
So it was like, I mean, I took a lot of chances on myself. Yeah. And it's like, I say it took maybe 3 years, 4 years, 3 years for me to really develop my confidence back that I had from when I was like high school, coming out of high school, going into shit like that. Because in my 20s and stuff like that, there was a lot of stuff that was like bringing a nigga down versus, and also like trying to learn who I am.
Yeah, because
through my 20s, it was pretty much like learning who I am as a young man. Because it was more so like getting away from being a child, and it was learning how my place in the world. Yeah, learning my place in my family, learning my place with my other family. Like it's like trying to figure out how everything is balancing. Mm-hmm. And then now I'm in my 30s, and it's like, all right, now it's like really optimizing because I didn't already figured out the balance part. Now it's optimizing. Yeah. Because as soon as I optimize shit, now I feel like now I can try to get into my hobbies. Because I think that's my main thing that I'm like trying to get into this year is my hobbies. Because I'm like.
So is that because you need a place of like release, like something to think about when you just like the escape?
Yeah, like something to do when there's nothing to do. Yeah. Because YouTube is I'm not finding good stuff to watch anymore. Like Netflix, like all the streaming services is far and few between like good stuff. So it's like I ain't really got nothing to really watch. So, and I ain't really been into sports like that. So it's just more so, what else is it do? I ain't finna read no book. So like, I mean, not like that. Like, no disrespect to like,
damn show ain't.
yeah, like no disrespect
Okay.
to books and book readers. I don't mean nothing like that, but I mean just being 100. You feel me? Like I'm just being a real ass G about it. I ain't finna read no book right now. Like maybe in my 40s or something, but like shit, I'm playing my game and like I'm a draw. You feel me? I'm a draw and I'm a color. I'm fuck around on my turntables when I get a chance, but like yeah, I'm a draw and I'm a color because that mentally takes me away from business because I gotta decompress in order to like rethink of stuff because we gotta stay creative and stay up on our toes because we depend on our hell yeah, we gotta mentally stay on our toes because we depend on our own.
Yeah.
Like we hunt what we kill, you feel me? Like we actually gotta go out there and get it. Mm-hmm. So mentally we gotta stay sharp. So for me to be mentally sharp, not only do I need my like space to like color and just do different things like that, I gotta be able to mentally like decompress and take them breaks. So I can be able to keep going. Take a break. Cause I ain't trying to take no like go hang out and like go spend money break. I mean, I would just want to take a break and just chill. Cause I don't feel like I'm in no place to where I want to spend money. It ain't cause I ain't got money. It's just a simple fact of I don't want to spend money because it's like why spend money right now? I got too much important shit up on the line. Yeah. And besides, my shit just starting to get fun. So I'm not finna like take a break right now when shit's starting to get fun. I'm finna ride this wave. How I'm gonna get my business to the next level if I'm taking breaks when it's good. Yeah. Like mentally, you gotta think about stuff like that. When stuff is going good for you, you don't want to self-sabotage yourself. Cause that's a whole nother different things mentally.
We might need to talk about that self-sabotage.
Shit, we might as well now because we're on the mental part, on the mental episode.
No, self-sabotage, the whole, because that's a lot to unpack.
Mentally self-sabotage. Yeah.
Because self-sabotage is a mental thing. It's just, it's different. You gotta know when it's showing up. But if you somebody who are just going through a rut, yeah, or if you are, because when you have a lot of life changes too, people don't understand. When you have a bunch of life changes that are occurring back to back, whether they are good or they are bad,
that shit can break
it's
you.
Taxing.
That shit can break you.
Mental. Like, no matter if it's good or bad, you can be going through the best times of your life. It's still mentally taxing because you're on some one thing after another, after another, after another. You're not giving yourself any time to process, so then you feel overwhelmed. But then because you have so much other stuff going on, you don't acknowledge, especially in the Black culture, people do not acknowledge mental health.
Not just that.
Much as
get that out real quick.
What?
Men in general, like I feel like because we go through a lot and like we don't really like talk to people about it. Mm-hmm. We even like wait till shit just get crazy, and then that's when we want to talk about it. So I feel like that, like if anything, got this whole entire episode. I feel like that, like niggas, I mean, like men in general, like we need to like kind of sort of like find that person that we can lean on, so we can like be able to like get some of that shit off because that's the part that can like help us. We grown as men. We gotta be able to like talk to somebody and like mentally get ourselves like together because it's like if we don't do that, then who the hell gonna do it for us? Mm-hmm. You gotta be able to talk to somebody because
and be real. Like it's too many grown adults who are having friends and y'all still basing your friendship on these kids.
True.
To that friendship at 30 look different from friendships in your early 20s and teens. Mm-hmm. I do not care to go out and have another meal with nobody. If I cannot pick up a phone call and be like, bitch, I'm having a day. Okay, mentally your girl's taps and I need you to really hear me. Do not tell me I'm gonna be okay because I'm always okay. Do not tell me like, girl, you gonna figure it out like you always do. Don't do that. Take a second and really cater. Don't tell me, well, tell me what you need. Sometimes when people are going through something, they don't know what, if they knew what they needed, they would help themselves. Sometimes you don't know what you need. Sometimes you just need somebody to just start doing stuff. Like, just come over, help me with my kids, bring a meal by, DoorDash some shit to me, send me flowers. Like, just do a kind act to really help. But telling somebody just call me if you need me is not help. Please stop that. That's not help. That's why your friend group is important.
True.
That's why you having a spouse who gives some type of a shit matters. Like, well, if you don't have friends that's gonna call and really check up on you and be like, how are you doing? Like, for real. Like, don't talk to me like I'm somebody you met in the grocery store asking you how you doing. You telling me
somebody
okay.
you went to school with.
Like, I'm your friend. If I'm really your friend and we really had a relationship, I'm your sis, I'm your bro, it should be like, no, like, y'all got a lot going on. Like, how are you really like handling everything? You good? Like, ask those questions, because that's what friendship look like in 30. Like, mentally, you need a support group. You cannot do that shit by yourself.
Especially when you got kids.
That is a misconception that people have placed on society for no reason, thinking that you can come out of a mental situation by yourself. Because if you come by yourself, you come out of it by yourself, you can.
Pause. You can come by yourself.
So you know what? That's a whole other mental issue. Like, if you can come out of a dark place by yourself, that's exactly where you need to be. By yourself.
In a dark place by myself?
You need to be by yourself. Because I said, like, and I never forget, I told my best friend that if I come out of this by myself, I'm going to be by myself.
You told me that too.
Yes, because I think because I'm such a strong person, nobody took me serious when I was telling everybody I'm really not okay. Everybody just kind of shrugged it off and was like, she's just, again, we had family members that had just died, which contributes to the depression. Like,
lockdown.
It was locked down. I had a whole baby. Nobody could really come visit me.
And then the crazy part about having a baby was it was like he had to be pretty much, we had to do it like a week or 2 weeks earlier because the doctor was like, all right, well, because shit finna get crazy. So we can do it now. So we both can be there at least a little bit, or she just gonna have to do everything by herself. So it's like when you tell someone that's pregnant that you already saying that's a high risk, all these different things, it's like that makes everything much more stressful. And then it's like everybody else don't understand that. And then that's the crazy part, because you would think that other women would understand of how stressful it is. So it's like you gotta sort of like let them too, like kind of sort of be there for each other. Like, why would you try to sort of be in the way of it, or people just be so needy at times when it's not about you. When it's supposed to be all about the woman that's giving birth, everybody else have their feelings involved when it's not about them. And it's like that takes a mental toll on everybody when it's supposed to be a stress-free environment. When it's already stressful. Like, that's like, people don't understand the stressful part of having your kid, like right before the stuff that was going on.
Especially during that time.
It's like she got to be there by herself, you feel me? Like, so I was there to give birth for him, you feel me, to watch everything go on. But after that, it's just like, yeah, she there by herself. So it's like I want to be able to like be there with my wife and kick it with my like newborn. Like,
then I had to be away from Santana for like a good little minute. That was that was really hard. Like, and then like Maddie's had, problems after we had him. We was back and forth with the hospital with issues with him, and it was just a lot. I was trying to breastfeed. It was a lot mentally, and it really took me back to the place of when, like I said, I was a child and I was going through depression as a kid and didn't know that's what I was going through. And it took me back to that place, but I felt worse off. And I don't know if that's because I'm older.
Adult.
I'm an adult, and I can
physically know what the hell is going on versus a kid. you think you know what's going on, but you don't fully have the mental capability of knowing what's going on.
Yeah. And I think the part that scared me, because where I really started being more boisterous about everything, was because it took me back to a place when I was a kid. And I tell people all the time, you have to be careful with the people that are the strong ones, because at some point the strong ones was weak as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me back to a place when I was a teenager and I was going through depression, where I did once try to cut myself. And I remember it because it was the one and only time I've ever tried to do it, and it didn't work at all. And I just had ended up with just a sore wrist, and like it, child, it
Wrong
wasn't.
way, idiot.
Yeah, and so, but I knew at the same time.
Oh yeah, wrong way, idiot.
Like,
dang, bro, we almost did it. I think it was almost what 2 episodes or 3 episodes since you done almost cried. It almost happened.
Stop.
Like I almost got the tears up out of again. it be about to come. I'll be paused. But yeah, nah.
No, but and that's something that scared me, because I didn't want, because as a kid I knew it was something that was wrong. Like, and that wasn't nobody but God with me at that time, because I could feel it. Like, I just knew, like, and that was the one and only time I ever tried that, but I always knew I never wanted I said that day that I would never let myself get back to this place.
Yeah.
So when I went,
felt like that, you was like, all right, now I need to like bounce back because I know this feeling. So it's like,
yeah, I gotta come
I can't
out of
go
this.
any further than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mental break.
Yeah. So then, so I was like, no, I'm really not okay.
So,
like,
but that's a thing that's strong about it, because it's like how many people are able to like pull themselves out of that situation. You feel me?
mm-hmm.
And then on top of pulling yourself out of it, like yeah, you're willing to like talk about it to help other people. So because other people go through it,
mm-hmm.
and it's like because like nobody really talk about it, it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
So what's wrong? I don't see nothing wrong with like speaking for it. Nobody's telling you to be the voice for it. Like, because nobody never tries to be the voice of anything. It's just more so like telling your story and telling like.
Because life is hard, and I think a lot of people. I think if we started taking mental health a little bit more serious, and that's not babying. Everybody feel like mental health is like a baby situation. You don't have to be baby in order to deal with your mental health. Luckily, I had, a friend that I could call and pray with. Like, we got deep into the Bible. Like, she would call, we would literally do prayer over the phone. We would do Bible study over the phone. Like, I could cry to her. I could, like, these are the things we were doing to help me get through that time.
Because we speak so negative towards each other. Like,
we do.
We're babying each other. Like, what's wrong with like some of the time showing that you care for someone a little bit extra? Because if you do care for them, that means that you have a relationship with them.
Yeah.
So
and it
what's
wasn't
wrong
like
with
she's
that?
walking
like,
down eggshells.
why
Not
should,
like you don't have to walk down eggshells.
I'm not saying
somebody.
that.
You can
I'm
be
saying
like,
that
you
in
need
general.
to get yourself up, because you need those friends who's gonna tell you like, bro, like, I get it. And it's not saying that you're tripping, because it never invalidated my feelings, but it's to say, hey, like, these are the things that we need to do to get you better. You want to get better, right? You said you want to get better, right? Okay, so this is what we need to do. I need you to do this, this, and this. Like, somebody is going to hold you accountable. That is what your friends are there for. If you do not have a circle like that, you need to find a circle. Yeah. Like, if your family is not understanding, you need to cut your family off. I do not care who gave birth to who. Like, my mother gave birth to me. That don't mean I have to have no dealings with her, and I don't. I can't mentally let myself go there, because I have kids to raise, and my mental state has to be right for them. Mm-hmm. I'm not letting nobody play with me mentally to where I'm drained and I can't give to what I need to give to my family. You have to get to a point where you again have to want the help, and you have to be able to go through the steps. It don't mean that you don't miss people. It don't mean that it don't hurt. It don't mean that shit don't send you down a whole nother mental spiral. It just means that you have to take that first step in saying, I'm gonna choose me first, regardless of how this ends. That's that's what it comes down to. And then have people who are going to accommodate that and then hold you accountable for that and care about you enough to help you get through that. Like you have to go find your own resources. Don't be sitting in it. You can't sit in it. Black people don't take mental. We joke about everything. Mental health is not funny. It's a bunch of people that we joke about. Oh, that she bipolar. Yeah. She really might be. Y'all need to go get her some help before she hurt herself or somebody else. Yeah. Like that's not funny.
We shouldn't joke about that no more. Like in general.
Like we joke about people who have really stuff wrong with them, and like people are dealing with depression, people are dealing with anxiety, people are dealing with a lot of shit, and nobody ever pushes them to go get help. Especially I just talked to a bunch of people that's like that still shy away from therapy, and it's like, or they'll say, "I know I need therapy." Okay, so why are you not going to go get therapy? I don't so you don't care to help yourself. Like, why keep yourself in a dark space for the rest of your life?
Yeah, true. Because some of the time, I mean, more of the story is that you have to think about yourself in order for yourself to get better, but you need someone in your corner. Like even the lone wolves still everybody need somebody. Everybody we are put here for each other. You feel me? Everybody has somebody that they're supposed to be with. Like
stop taking people for granted. People ask for help. I always tell people, if you need me, call me for real. Because it's only gonna be so many times I reach out to you and ask you if you're okay, and you got so many times to tell me okay, and I'm done talking to you. I'm not gonna keep reaching out to you, begging you for help you said you won't.
True. If you want that help, take that help. You feel me?
Like that's really like take the help. Stop being scared to say something. Stop being scared of somebody that you feel like you could
put your big boy pants on. We're an adult. Yeah. And get the help that you need so you can be strong for your kids. And so
or you can just be for yourself, because you need to be strong for yourself. You have to be the person that you envision to be. Like, and that's how you those are excuses. We tell ourselves, well, I can't cut my family off. I love my daddy. I love my mom. I love my family. I love. You can love them, but that does not mean they are healthy for your mental state. And it is okay to let that go. If they gonna continue to act a fool, and you know they're gonna continue to act a fool, that don't mean you mad, bitter, or wrong. That means that you have decided to put yourself first and go ahead and choose you over them, and that is okay. Everybody not gonna change. That don't mean you don't change and you keep yourself in a dark space because they not gonna come out of it. Why you condemning yourself with them? You might as well drag yourself to hell. You have to be strong
for yourself and your kids at all times. Through everything that's going on, you have to be strong. Like you have to be strong for your kids because they're looking up to you, and it's like the less pain and headaches and stress that we send our kids through, the better chance that they have at being functioning adults in this world that's so dysfunctional. Yeah. Because if we can keep our kids from being dysfunctional, then hell, we're doing our step at trying to make society less dysfunctional. Yeah. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this year and next year. It's for us to start trying to mentally checking on ourselves. Yeah, we did last week episode about check yourself before you wreck yourself, and then this week we did the episode about mental health, and it's about pretty much checking on yourself because in all, the most important thing is you. I know that sounds cliche. That sounds like some shit that we heard when we was young on cartoons and stuff. Especially that sounds like something off of Barney or something. Yeah, and all in all, it is with you. Yeah, but that's the truth though. You feel me? It's it's about you. So if you're not happy, then shit not gonna be happy. Shit not gonna go right for you. So it's you gotta find your way of making your inner self you
happy. Keeping your peace, keeping yourself in a happily mental life is gonna be shit is gonna happen, but some stuff we can't control, and some things we we cannot deal with if we know if you know the end result. You've been on a roller coaster with somebody for 10 years and that roller coaster ain't stop. Baby, let it go. Go through the pain, go through the emotions right now to feel the loss. and let it go, because it will get easier. But when your mental start being a little bit easy, a lot of us go through mental issues because we refuse to let anything go. We refuse to let go of pain. We refusing to let go of hurt. We refusing to let go of family. We give ourselves all these excuses, and like we just don't do a good job at respecting mental health. And then after the fact, people want to be like, why you didn't tell me? Because when within that time did you ever call and check on me?
True.
When were you ever able to listen? And like the hardest part of that was like having a smile every day at my kids and not really be happy. If I smile, like, I really want to be happy, and that killed me. But I was like, I refuse to let my kids see me this down.
Yeah.
Like I will fake it for them, but I also want to get better so that I don't have to fake it for them.
Yeah.
So it's really like it has to be you against you. Like you really, it's a battle with yourself.
Dang, because like that statement was like that was a truthful statement. Like, because it was like even at the beginning when I had like all my shit that was going on, and we was talking about like our feelings and stuff at one point, and I was telling you like, I mean, he was like, I'm not gonna like fake it for you, because if you want me to, I can, but it's not gonna be genuine. And like that was the thing that kind of sort of made me like, nah, I'd rather for you to like be genuine with me and like, yeah, if it's like that's how you really feel, that's how you really feel.
Yeah.
Because that's just like that's you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if I can't handle you at your worst, then what the fuck I'm doing with handling you at your like your best? I gotta be able to like take all sides of you. And it's not to say that when you was like in your depressive stage or you was like going through anything that you was like abusive, like physically or mentally abusive. It was none of that. It was just a simple fact of just like giving you your space, but also like being there for you because I know that you are a loner.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm a loner too, I'm going to give you your space to mentally help you because I know mentally loners have to physically go through the stuff mentally by themselves.
Yeah.
And it's just more so just like letting you know that like I'm here through it because like I'm still your husband, I'm still your best friend. So like yeah, I'm still here for you when you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then through all of that, that kind of sort of made me open up and tell you kind of sort of, yeah, I was going through shit. Even though that you already know I was, it was just a simple fact of acknowledging it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was like one of the main first times that I really acknowledged like my true feelings about like shit that was going on with me. Because I feel like that was always hard for me, is acknowledging my feelings.
Yeah.
Besides like telling you I love you and I wanted to marry you, like my actual personal like feelings, like my feelings, like not my feelings for the world to see and for them to. Because that side note, that'd be a bunch of y'all niggas problems out here. You want everybody to know like your feelings and your emotions and stuff. Like that's what like don't nobody care about your feelings. Don't nobody care about your emotions. Like get your shit together and act like an adult. That's the main problem. Like don't nobody want to act like an adult no more. Like everybody said they was grown when they was in high school. So yo, grown ass grown now. So act like a fucking adult. Get out your feelings. Go to work. Get out your feelings. Take care of your kids. Get out your feelings. Apologize to that damn female. Take your ass back home. Get out your feelings. Apologize to that nigga. Take that nigga back. Get out your feelings. Y'all come together. Take care of that family. Like do whatever hell niggas got to do. But it's like it's time for like grown as adults to get out their feelings because we're an adult. A feeling is something for kids. Kids have feelings. You're an adult. You're supposed to be practical. Practically, your ass need to grow up. like being honest. Like
what he trying to say is acknowledge
is to grow the fuck up. Like shit. Like that's what I'm trying to say.
Jesus.
Like she finna wrap it up on a bow for you and stuff like that. Because that's her job is to give it to you on the bow. But like I'm here to just get her shit raw, you feel me? Like I don't know how else to do it, you feel me? Like spit on it and like keep it going, you feel me? Raw. Like get out your goddamn feelings. But that's the point some of the time. It gotta be nasty in order for it to like work. That's how you get boys. That's how you get boys. Y'all boys out here making love and stuff. That's how you get the girls be up in that mug face to face and all that. I'm just saying, you gotta stand up in it if you wanna.
Wow.
More of the story.
Acknowledge your feelings. Take your feelings serious. There's nothing wrong with having feelings.
Nothing's wrong with having
just
feelings.
Just acknowledge. We mess up when we do not acknowledge our feelings. And know that acknowledging your feelings does not mean somebody else got to agree.
No, because it's your feelings. Remember, it's your feelings, and it's like your feelings is like your opinion. Yeah, you have. And we practice that all the time. Like it's like, don't tell me my feelings is wrong. You can't tell me how that made me feel. I'm telling you how that made me feel. Because it's your feelings. Acknowledge it. So, and we're very serious when we do that. Even with our kids, we don't not acknowledge their feelings or tell them like whatever they're feeling is wrong. You have to acknowledge your feelings and be okay if somebody else don't, but you know where to place them. Don't keep dealing with people who are not gonna acknowledge your feelings and acknowledge that you feel that way. And that's what I'm saying. But be prepared to make a decision about you. You gotta stand behind you. Acknowledge your feelings. Actually, actively go find help. I know a lot of y'all like these little affirmations online. That's cute. I do them. Click the like button, okay? However, that's not gonna get your mental health better. You got to do the work behind the affirmation. Books. Yeah, you have to do the work. Some type of journal work. A lot. I read books. I did find therapy for a short period of time. Then I started looking at therapy shows. I started applying the things that the therapy, real therapy, not Ayana. Don't do that. Don't like. She can't change your life. Hell, she can barely change her own life. Real therapy shows, and they teach you like, because it was one on HBO. If I find it, I'm gonna drop the link. And she was a real therapist. She was a real therapist. There was people going through stuff like during like the pandemic and stuff. She was dope, and I did the work on my own. Like that's journaling, getting your feelings out, doing whatever you need to do to release that and come out of that, and like love on yourself a little bit. Express your feelings. Be around people who are gonna make you laugh. Like be around people who are gonna genuinely love you. Don't have those people. Go find them. Because we made that decision too. I'm not waiting on nobody to be ready to be where we are. Like if you can't, we need a community. If you can't show up to stuff, if you can't really be an active friend, if you can't really be an active family member, I do not need you around. Point blank, period. My mental cannot be fooling with you. Like I'm trying to like I'm not taking myself through any more mental obstacles. I don't have to take myself through. Because life is gonna life. Life be life, and so why do I have to have extraness in my life? Yeah, that we don't need. Cut it out now, like, and let the children like. Let it go. The crazy part about mentally fixing yourself, mentally fortifying your mental capabilities is, I know I like that. It's balance and boundaries. Yeah, like, balance, for real. Balance and boundaries. In order for you to help yourself mentally, you have to start figuring out your boundaries. Yeah. That was a huge thing that we had to figure out. And I feel like that's a huge thing for everybody, because once you stand on your boundaries, I think people can respect you of the person that you are. And that's when you can start receiving the respect that you want from the people that you want it from. It's because you haven't stood up on your own stuff yet. Some of the time, some people are just waiting for you to stand up and show that you can handle it on your own. So it's like, this is the time for you to start doing that. This is what I mean by like, get out your feelings, nobody cares. We have to start standing up for ourselves and like start doing what we need to do to be better for ourselves and our loved ones. So find your boundaries, create them boundaries, stand on them boundaries. Find your balance, create your balance, and stand on your balance. Earn your respect. Don't ask for your respect. You earn your respect. I feel like that shouldn't be something that to be said, but I get it. You have to earn your respect. Nobody's never going to respect you until you earn it. And everybody's not going to agree and be okay with it. You
like,
have
for
to be
real,
okay
you're
with
gonna
it. But
be
that's
okay
the
with
part of being an
losing.
adult.
Yeah.
Adult means that you're okay with someone disagreeing with you. You can pout to yourself, but keep that shit to yourself. You have to be an adult at all times because that's how you perform business. You conduct yourself as an adult.
Mm.
So more of the story, like check yourself before you wreck yourself. Mentally check yourself. Mentally get yourself in order. Like these next like year and a half, the end of this year and next year, I feel like that everybody should be doing like maintenance on themselves.
Yeah.
Figure out what you need to figure out to
Absolutely.
make yourself your better self.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you make yourself a better self, you're gonna be a better person for everybody in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And for yourself.
For
and
yourself.
you're gonna love that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, just take that step, you feel me? Just gonna take that extra step.
Yeah.
So
the call, read the book, journal, write, get creative. Like whatever your outlet is, start zoning instead.
and be
Build your
comfortable with
life.
it too. Be comfortable
Yeah.
with your outlet. Like don't let nobody I get it when we was young, a lot of people like picked on us for our different outlets. But it's okay, like you're a grown up. Like that nigga that picked on you when you was little, like that nigga probably don't even like have a house right now. So like he probably homeless. So like it's okay. You got more than that person got.
Ooh, it's the
So
petty child.
like draw, like run track again, like ride your bike, like be a speed walker. Do whatever the hell you wanted to do, fam. But don't worry about what other people say because it's not about what they feel because it's about how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
So screw them. Like shit, you doing better than them anyhow.
And sometimes, yeah, you doing better, and everybody not gonna like you standing up for yourself.
Yeah, so just
some people like you in your depressive state. Some people like you being the pushover. Some people like you being overly caring and being the strong one. Some people like that. Get away from the people.
Mm-hmm. Like, just be you.
Yeah. Be around people who's gonna find you just as dope if you find yourself. But first you gotta find yourself dope.
Yep.
So yeah.
So it is. So, I mean, I done got rants off. You got any rant?
Be busy, not productive. Be productive, not busy.
But so she want to bring that up, bro. Like we struggled.
I'm so sick of that because y'all out here. I'm busy because you really ain't busy.
You ain't busy,
and then you call me and I show you. I'm sitting. You hear me going through busy shit going on over here, and you like, well, why are you doing all that through the middle of the week, baby? Because I'm an adult and I got kids and I got stuff to be doing. Like, what you doing? I thought you said you was busy, but see, because you're not really busy, you think I'm not really busy. Learn how to live in reality. Y'all, people too.
Being busy is not a competition too. Like it's not like if you busy, you busy, bro. Like you just
that, but stop it.
They sound similar because they both starts with a B word, but they're not the same thing. Bored and busy is two totally different things. You need to figure out which one it is. Like, are you bored or you busy?
Yeah, we are busy. We are all busy, but are you productive? Like, did you get anything done, or are you still complaining about the same thing you complained about 3 months ago?
2 days ago.
Like, what we doing?
I mean, like,
people just need to learn how to live in reality. Like, stop being comfortable with living a fake reality, false narratives. Shit. Like, you know your ass ain't over there doing nothing. Don't call me with your energy. Don't call me with that's mental health. Like, don't let people do that to you. Don't be quiet. That's it. But I hope this was able to help. This is my take on mental health. Again, this is our journey. Our opinions do not come with no. I'm not a doctor.
Extra shit, bro. We ain't no doctors. Not yet. I'm not a doctor yet, though. Because there is a website that I could go on, and if I write a thesis, I think this thesis is the one that needs to be proven or not proven.
You probably should figure that out while you're trying to be a doctor.
Well, I'm not trying to be a thesisist, like one of them type of people. You know, the person that like study theses or whatever. I'm just trying to be a doctor in certain professions. So
tell these people where they can find us.
You can find us on Hunt Life the podcast. She don't never like. She always want to like. She crippling me. She don't want me to fly. Because she just don't want me to have a doctor next to my name. Because then now she got to start calling me
Protect
Dr.
your peace,
Husband.
people.
Might as well, shit, because that sounds much cooler. But yeah, like she was supposed to say, protect your peace, people. You gotta protect your peace.
Protect your peace
at all times. Protect your peace.
Yes.
I'm Hunt.
You didn't tell them where they can find it.
I did say that. You did. You do that every single time.
What did you say?
I literally said that you could find us on Hunt Life the podcast. Oh, I didn't say on all platforms, but I did say on Hunt Life the podcast. I literally looked in here.
YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yeah, all platforms.
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at I'm.the.key. And you can find him at Mr. Humbos.
Yeah, because I'm like a ghost. You feel me? You see me, but you don't see me. I be there, but I don't be there. But which part? See, crippling me. Like, how can I be Agent Sub-Zero when she won't even lead me be who I want to be? I let her be her. She want to be an author, and look at her. She wrote a book. Like, it's my turn to fly. God damn it, let me get my wings. But okay. I'm Hunt.
I'm Kiki.
It's the Hunt Life Podcast. Hunt Life.
Live dreams. Bye, y'all.